Hello, everyone. It is your girl, the real Sun here, and it is day 5. What of the 7 days of gratitude? And really happy to be here, and really grateful for all of you and this thing that we've all started together to affirm to each other what we're thankful for and what we're grateful for has been a huge gift in my life. And so today, just want to head right in and say I'm thankful today. Number one, for perspective, because in the sharing of gratitude and also in the sharing of ideas, we're able to gain perspective into other aspects of life that are different from the ones that we walk with on a day-to-day basis. I had the privilege of having a conversation earlier today with a friend of mine, Gets, over a recording of a podcast we did for Empowering Educators, and just hearing from his perspective on the impact of the education system, and in particular the impact of residential schools on Indigenous communities, and the work that he does as a youth worker, working with various different groups of children and youth that belong to the Indigenous community, and doing integration work in terms of identity reintegration, because through the violence of our systems, the Indigenous community and also many of us, people of color, have gone through the system that have systemically stripped us of aspects of connection to our culture. And in gaining perspective around what it means to be an educator, and what it means to be a carrier of culture, was a very enriching kind of experience for me today, to kind of see the day in the different ways that we approach education, and how we as people who are meant to be teachers, how we take up space in the world also varies depending on the cultures that we come from. So it was really awesome to gain some perspective. And in connection to perspective, the second thing that I really want to give thanks for is my past. One of the things that provide me with an incredible amount of perspective is the journey that I've walked and the experiences that I've been through. And I have many struggles that I've been through. I'm a survivor of abuse. I'm a survivor of sexual violence. I'm a survivor of racial prejudice. I have been through many difficult challenges. I come from a different country and have integrated into Canadian society. But I'm reminded, once again, also through this block that's happening with me on Facebook, where they blocked me for the name that I was using and demanding that I kind of prove my identity to them. There's this constant interrogation from the system for us to validate who we are to them and to fit into these boxes. And I find so much liberation in being able to craft my own identity. And I feel so much liberation from being able to also learn from the things that I have been through, which also contribute to who I am and my identity. The struggles that I've been through, the violence that I've witnessed and have experienced and survived, have created for me a base of experience that allows me to be the person that I didn't have. And a lot of the work that I do is centered around that, is centered around, actually not just my work, my life's purpose, is centered around being a presence in the world that I didn't have for myself, and it's only because of my past, only because I've been through the things that I've been through, that the reason why I can even do any of this work, the reason why I can have a base of understanding so that I can help other people who are perhaps in my position or going through something similar. And so, as painful and as traumatic and as, complex my past has been, I'm thankful for it. I'm so thankful for it. And I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing because that made me who I am. It gave me the perspective that I needed to be someone that, to be who I'm meant to be, essentially. And so the third thing that I'm really grateful for is growth. Is this ability that we have as human beings to learn and expand and grow and become more than what we were before and evolve not just ourselves, but in the growth that we go through as individuals, being able to impact the world in powerful ways and being able to impact the lives of others in powerful ways, and the ability to progress our societies to spaces that it's never been before, to strive towards creating equity in the world, to strive towards making this world a better place. That can only happen through growth, through evolution, through learning the lessons that our life has to teach us, and walking the path of reflection and integrating the things that we've learned so that we can become better. And today, I'm just really thankful for that ability, because I'm not the person that I was. And wow, I'm getting emotional because I've been through a lot, and it's taken me a long time to get to where I am now, where I'm able to really express gratitude and I'm actually really happy where I am now. And it's taken me a long time to get here. It's taken me a long time to come to that place where I can actually love myself in a real way, And I think for a lot of us that are kind of in the health and wellness or community building, or those of us that are those lights that are trying to make the world a better place, we talk about self-love a lot. We talk about unconditional love a lot, and sometimes I feel like these concepts are kind of like thrown out there and without a real base of context, and that is actually really deep work. It's deep work to come to a place where I can really say that I love myself, that no, I'm no longer ashamed of who I am anymore. I'm no longer ashamed of the skin that I'm in. I'm no longer ashamed of my past, of my culture. I used to be so fearful of judgment from others because that's how I grew up, where I was unacceptable. Most places I went, I didn't belong, and that created a lot of negative psychology within myself, where I internalized those things to equate to I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of being received. I'm not worthy of positive attention. I'm not worthy of, anything really. And that manifested in my relationships. It manifested in the ways that I moved through the world. It manifested in my insecurities, and the ways that I would take up space, sometimes really obnoxiously. And I can look back now and say, like with complete openness and humility, that yeah, like I wasn't always pleasant. I've had my issues, and definitely those who have been through with me throughout the journey have seen me through that, and my true fam, like, you stuck with me through all of that, and I love you very much, and I'm very grateful for you for seeing me through that growth. And I'm just really grateful that I'm still here. And I'm really grateful that I get to have these platforms where I can express and share myself with all of you. And so, yeah, I think that's it for today. I think that's it for today. Thank you. Thank you for witnessing my truth and allowing me to grow with you and receiving what I have to share. It is 7 days of gratitude, and it's day 5. If you are just joining and kind of tuning into this, the thing that we've started is you hashtag 7 days of gratitude, and for 7 days you write, share, post 3 things that you're grateful for. And this process has been really incredibly healing for me. So I just want to give thanks and gratitude for everyone who's participating and for this space to be myself with you. So yeah, see you later. Thank you. With love, Sun.